All right, hey guys, we're out here in Swindon, UK. We just got done with a great workout. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming down, guys.
I really do appreciate it. We're at Pro Strength and Fitness, right?
Yeah, that's right. This is where I've been training for the last 10 years in Swindon. It's the best gym in the area, especially if you want to do strongman.
Absolutely. And it was an amazing strongman corner. It reminded me of where a lot of our origins back at home, where we were just working out in the corner of a CrossFit gym. Loved every minute of it.
We're kind of forced into the corner away from the normal people.
We had the bodybuilders on one side and the strongman on the other, and it was just fantastic. But once again, thanks for having us. And really it was so much fun. Loved being with the crew. Just such a great group of guys. And a lot of guys that are getting ready for English Strongest and a few other shows, right?
They've all got shows that they're training for. Alex Lungu's down today. He's training for England's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, they're a bunch of characters.
Yes. Yeah. So you're Kian.
Yeah.
So you'll meet Kian here in a second, and I may or may not have accidentally dropped a 40-pound, or excuse me, an 18-kilo sandbag on his head.
He took it like a champ, to be fair.
It was like a little moan, and that was it. It was
one of
great.
Those slow-mo motions where none of us could save him. Yeah. It was just that's going to hit him on the head. None of us did anything to save him, but he took it like a champ.
Dude, that was fantastic. Anyways, but I think a lot of the folks, when they were coming out here and they knew we were going to come work out with you, they really was like, hey, what did Loz think of last week's show at the Arnold Classic in the U.S.? And then what do you think about the show coming up? We've had a couple people had to pull out. We're really excited that our boy Lucas is actually going to get a shot on the main stage. I know you've talked with him graciously on your channel. Thank you for that. And he has all the respect in the world. We all do, right? But we'd love to hear what your thoughts were on last week's show and what's coming up here soon.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Lucas next weekend. I think he deserves this opportunity. He's done amazing this last year.
Yeah.
And he's sort of been on the cusp for a while, so it's a great opportunity. But going back to last weekend, wow, what a contest, both the men's and the women's. I mean, Angelica Jardine, where the hell did she come from?
Dude, you're telling me, man. We had a big party, we had a big greeting for her when she came back.
I watched some of her stuff from America's Strongest Woman, was super impressed. And I thought, she's going to be good. There's going to be events she can do well, but I didn't pick her out to win.
Right.
When she came out day 2 and just destroyed everyone on the stone carry, and then that stone to shoulder, that was as good as Kilishkovsky on the stone to shoulder on the men's side of things.
Absolutely. Yep.
So I was super impressed with her. Mitch Hooper is incredible. Obviously, I'm very lucky that I get to work with Mitch, and I know what he's capable of. But I will say this, Hafthor, so good to see him back. And give Hafthor 6 months getting his pressing back, and him and Mitch is going to be a battle.
Absolutely.
Because at the moment, he's coming back from that pec tear. That's affecting his pressing, and it was clear to see.
Yep.
But his frame carry was unbelievable. His deadlift is just on another planet. His Dinny Stone walk was really, really good. So he's showing the signs of the 2018 Thor. Just that weakness right now is the pressing. And if you look at what he's done in the past, if he could have bring that to the competition, him and Mitch would have been a hell of a battle.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what might come in the future with those two. I was really impressed with Tom Stoltman and Novikov. Now, people are I've seen a lot of people say, they didn't do that great. Both of them were hitting PBs. For Tom to get on the podium at Arnold's is really good. First time he's ever been on the podium. It's not been notoriously his best competition, so that was good to see. And Novikov, these events were terrible for him. Novikov at his best, these events were terrible for him. But he actually did very well. He was hitting PBs, and I think that's a good sign for World's Strongest Man, Europe's Strongest Man, the other comps that are coming up soon. I think we'll see a different Novikov at those shows with better events and see him competitive. So the only disappointment, and it's never a disappointment because I love the guys, Martins didn't perform as I was hoping and expecting, and I think probably he was expecting as well. But again, such a talented guy, I'm sure he can bring better in the future. But it was a hell of a competition. So many amazing performances. I mean, every single event there was something that, Sam Bellevue on the dumbbell, Thor on the deadlift, Mitch Hooper on the frame carry. There was just every event there was just these crazy, results. So the standard in strongman right now is mental. I've said this for a long time, that on the men's side there's so much strength in depth. So we know all these great guys, but there's so many guys just waiting on the cusp, and that's where someone like Lucas is going to come in this weekend and probably shock a lot of people, especially the guys that focused on the Arnolds. They're going to be a bit battered. It's a heavy comp. They're all feeling it. Lucas has been focusing on this. Gav Bilton as well. He's been focusing on this. I'm looking forward to seeing how they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we were just talking about it on the ride over here that there really is a new generation. of strongman and strongwomen that are coming in. And I think what I loved about 3 personally is I think for 2 years in a row the women's took it again as far as like the entertainment. Like the place was packed out because of them, in my opinion.
They were unbelievable.
It was a dogfight. And I feel like there's a little bit of like this reputation coming because there's so many opportunities like for the men on the world stage that they might be trying to get ready for World Strongest Man a couple months later or anything like that. But I think that's something that we're really pumped for, like coming into this next year, that there is a little bit legitimately more opportunity coming to the Rogue Invitational, Arnold Classic, and Rogue's doing a great job with that show. Like ran the show phenomenally in my opinion. And so yeah, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more mobility. We're going to see a lot more jerks. We're going to start to see things that weren't in traditional
people are taking it seriously. Think about when I started strongman. It was probably coming to the era of people, all right, we're focusing on strongman. But now, and that was going from people being in other sports just trying strongman.
Sure.
I went through the stage of, okay, this is what we're doing. Strongman's a sport. We're going to focus on it. Now they're thinking about everything: the nutrition, the technique, the recovery. Everything is being thought of. They're taking things from other sports, and it's become so much more professional. And the results, because the athletes are so good, they're just going to keep pushing themselves up. And
right.
The women's side of things, the progress they have, they're on a rise right now. It's rapid.
Crazy. What would you say to someone that's, and this really, I only had really 2 big questions for you. What would you say if someone's really trying to make a career out of this? Like, what would you say to them to help manage their expectations? Because we definitely have seen, we have a lot of folks now that's becoming a little bit more mainstream. They're really wanting to get really behind it, take it a lot more seriously. But at the same time, like, there's a lot of, I hear a lot of athletes getting frustrated, like, oh, a sponsor's not calling me or a brand's not calling me. And really, in my eyes, some of the best, Mitch is a full-time job, like runs, I think, a couple companies, right? I think off the top of my head, and like a lot of winners, that's just what they've had to do. I mean, what would you say to someone that ultimately, if someone's like in high school right now and they're like, man, like it'd be cool to do strongman as like a career, what should they expect and what's the reality of the situation?
First thing, one thing that's very important to understand with strongman is genetics are extremely important. Mm-hmm. People think that anyone can do it. For some reason within the fitness industry, people think that anyone can do it. We don't think of it like American football or soccer over here. We look at the top guys and think, oh, I'm happy to play Sunday league football. And I think sometimes it should be okay to just enjoy the gym, firstly and foremost. See if this sport is for you. See if you do make quick progress and progress naturally and can get to a decent level in the sport without going crazy. Mm-hmm. Because if you can't, you're probably not going to get to the top level. And then too many people are risking their health and their lives to try and push in a sport that they're just not very good at.
Yeah.
I was naturally very talented as strongman. Made my first world's strongest man after 3 years of training. Mm-hmm. It was a very short period of time where I progressed extremely fast. That was naturally as well. So I was just a good athlete in terms of strongman. It came to me a little bit easier than I guess than it does to some other people. Yep. And that's, I'm never going to be the greatest ballet dancer in the world.
Really?
And I don't think you're going to be the best either. As much as we might want it and we can put the effort in and we could train and we can get better, I'm never going to be professional in that.
Yep.
So sometimes you do have to have these realistic expectations of what's possible. But with everyone that I train, the most important thing I try and get people to focus on is to get better.
Yep.
If you are getting better and focusing on your own goals, have no limits on the top end of where you can get to in 10, 15 years' time. Mm-hmm. But people are trying to rush it and then getting disappointed that they're not where they want to be. Getting strong takes time, and getting really good at strongman takes even longer.
Sure.
There's plenty of super strong guys at bench pressing or squatting that are still terrible strongmen. So it's understanding to understand this is a whole sport, and you need your mindset to think of how do I become a better strongman, not necessarily always how do I just become stronger. And that's something that a lot of people seem to, I see a lot of people struggle with.
Right.
Because they're interested in their deadlift, they're interested in their log lift, but they're not worried about the fitness side of things, the speed side of things. There's a lot of elements to strongman to make you a good athlete. So the one thing I'll say to everyone, if you enjoy it, then it's worth doing. Enjoy the sport. I would say if you want to get into making money from the strength side of things, look into coaching, look into promoting, look into like social media. How can you kind of do something that will help sponsor? Because a lot of people want sponsorship, and yes, they're great athletes, but a sponsor wants someone that can make them money.
Sure.
So unless you're, making a brand of yourself, I guess, and offering something that sponsors will find interesting and feel that they can get something back off. Right. They don't really care about results that much, and I think some people make that mistake. There's other people that try and jump on the brand thing too quickly, and they're not ready to, actually be any good. You need that kind of combination of, okay, I'm decent, I'm informative. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm pretty good.
Right.
And then you're going to have more sponsorship. You don't need to be the best, but you need to be watchable. You need to be entertaining. You know, there needs to be something that makes you stand out in an industry that's growing rapidly. There's lots of different people doing the same thing, so you need to sometimes stand out a little bit.
Right.
It took me 20 years to really start making some money out of strongman.
Right.
You know,
right.
my love of strongman is what kept me into it, and that's why I'll always be involved, because I genuinely love it.
Yep.
If you're doing it just for becoming, you know, rich and famous, it's really not the sport to do. Go into gaming or something like that would be way better.
Sure. Yeah. No, and that, I really appreciate you saying that. And I think it's a good, like, a wake-up call for a lot of people. If, like, this, if you, just like all things in life, if you want something, you got to have a passion for it. You got to work.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really comes down to that. I mean, if you own a business, if you have family, whatever that could be. And I think for me, I have this, a lot of our athletes, I really just try to teach, like, you know, what makes Dungeon special for us back home is like the 4 H's of staying humble, staying hungry, having a hard work ethic, and giving them hell of competition. If you can do those 4 things, you really can be a great athlete, in my opinion. But I think that I'm at this like a war with social media in a way, because it is like this. People call it a necessary evil, but I told Zach, as well as like, and I told AJ when she got back, was like, man, like, enjoy your win. Don't take the highs too high. Don't take the lows too low.
Absolutely.
You know,
fuck
all those people and the things they have to say about you. Like,
there's
just
always
enjoy
going to
it
be
for
someone
yourself.
there with an
Yeah.
opinion, so you've got to enjoy what we're doing.
Yep.
You know, first and foremost, enjoy it. There's going to be days when you don't want to train,
Yep.
but you get into a routine of making yourself go.
Yep.
That's important, because that consistency over a long period of time is going to make you good.
Yep.
And then enjoy the ride. You're going to have highs and lows. I mean, I've had some lowest of lows and some amazing highs in the sport,
Yep.
and I wouldn't change any of it, because it's got me to where I am today.
That's awesome. Okay, so what they told me, like, midway through the workout, they were like, hey, so afterwards you want to go to KFC to eat? And so we're going, and I'm excited. Like, I did not think...
I really don't like... It's not me that suggested KFC, by the way.
It's
these guys over here.
These shenanigans over here.
I did not suggest KFC.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
How many times have we been to KFC, honestly? Twice?
Like, is it just like a routine? Like,
Here,
like just,
take this.
Yeah.
This is Mr. Lungu.
Yeah. Like, is it, so it's a Strongman Saturday, right? So you guys are all in a various way, like, training, getting ready for the sport, right? So Alex, how do you say your last name? Lungu?
Just pronounce it the way you want it to pronounce it, you know. It's actually,
with your base names, mate.
if I
That's
say
fair.
in a Romanian accent, it's Lungu.
I'm going to screw it up if I say it again. I'm going
Saying
to
it
trust you.
Italian.
All right, say it again.
We don't discriminate, guys. We make love.
Yeah. But no, hell, so I was really impressed with this guy's axle clean press today, so we ended up getting 370, right? 375? For
Speak English to me right now.
Oh, sorry.
It was 170
What are those in kilos?
kilos.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Apologise. Apologise.
375. Yeah, dude, it was like, that press was great, man. Yeah, so, and that's something that's like you've naturally been good at.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working hard on this. It's actually, so since last year, it's a 15 kilo PB for me. Obviously, working under Loz's guidance has been fantastic. I'm improving all the time, and
Yep.
you know, that's the goal, to just being better with every session and every show that I do, just focus on myself and just keep improving. And it's just the best way to be, because I don't put any pressure on myself. And the biggest thing that I've learned is to actually enjoy it.
Yep.
Because the more I enjoy it,
Yeah.
shut up.
Absolute liar.
Shut up. This is for the camera. No, I'm joking. No, but the truth is, the more I enjoy it, the better I perform.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm just looking forward to the next show right now.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah. No, you're on our radar now. We're definitely going to be following you. Like,
yeah.
everyone's going to know who you are back at home. So.
Please follow me, and I might follow you back. I'm joking.
All right, and so Kian, the beard man, is so this is the guy, by the way, that I may or may not have dropped 18 kilos right on his head. But dude, like,
You've also pronounced him on here, not Keane.
no, I say Kian.
Honestly,
Did I say Kian?
everyone mashes his
I've
name.
just been. He's getting a claim coming over the stateside. I will be getting your address after this.
No, that's fair. That's fine. I think it's
And he
super.
tried to destroy my phone, so he's buying me KFC.
Yeah, so you all right, no, that's a deal, actually. Let's do that. It's better than getting sued, right? No, I'm just kidding. But, like, you got a show coming up next week, right?
5 weeks time, yeah.
Oh, 5 weeks,
End of
that's right.
April.
Yeah.
So
And what is it?
It's a farm classic, so it's a nice little, probably not as big as the farms out there that you got, but it's got like a tractor, Viking press, and
A ranch down in Texas is what we
a
call
big
it.
ranch. Got like hay bale yokes and stuff like that. Just a proper classic.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
So
man.
is that like the local show, like around here?
It's a
Like,
local show down up by where I live.
Dude,
yeah,
that's
so
cool. Like that's
Yeah.
the cool stuff. That's really so.
It's for the entertainment value. It looks good.
Yeah.
It feels cool. And that's strongman, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
So like we're trying to get people out in the States to come watch more local strongman.
Oh,
Does
mate.
like the community come out and like really get behind like local shows and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
I did Oxford Strongest Man last week, and first time it was ever run. They run it in a small town marketplace, and there was 300 people watching it.
Yeah,
It was-
that's the real entertainment.
that
yeah.
is the real entertainment.
Really? That's-
Subscribe to his OnlyFans. Yeah, subscribe to his OnlyFans. Link in the bio below. But yeah,
Pretty
man, England's so big in strongman. Like everyone
Yeah.
watches it at Christmas. They come out. You'll get a show in town, and there's 400 people watching it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Loz has competed at places where there's been 5, 6, 7,000 people watching. So
Right.
it's a bit bigger than in America, which you got to change.
Oh, of course. Like, dude, we're trying, man. We really are. Like, we definitely want to bring more. So, and then Darren, right?
Yes.
Darren.
Yes.
So, like, how long have you been doing strongman?
Come on, Darren.
Yeah.
I started this year pretty much.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice. So, what
Yes.
got you into strongman?
Darren doesn't do strongman.
No, I do CrossFit.
Well, so I did CrossFit for 4 years before I did strongman.
No, I work here as a therapist,
Oh, do you?
so
Okay.
I get the pleasure of touching all these guys.
Oh, okay.
But no, getting to watch these guys train
Yeah.
sort of gave me a kick up the arse and thought, well, I'll have a go myself. So I'm
Yeah.
doing my first comp in June.
In June? Nice.
Yeah, some very small numbers, but
Yeah.
something I'll make sure I can go and lift. And
Where is it? Where's the show at?
it's up at the Y Valley,
Oh,
so
okay.
about an hour up the road from here.
Fair
So
enough.
just
I'm
in-
gonna-
almost just in.
and then the valley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah,
So,
so-
so this is your. So the signs in there for therapy and stuff like that. That's you.
That's me,
That's you. Okay. Cool.
He keeps us all, that puts us all back together.
Yeah.
Try-
We have
try
our
to.
own back at home,
very much,
Dr. John. Yeah, he's Maverick Sports and Rehab. He works out at the gym too.
Staplers, masking tape.
We use the same things. Yeah. Gorilla tape for us. We love Gorilla tape. Yeah.
Exactly tacky for us.
Oh, yeah.
Grade 3 tacky from Sober Strength.
Dude, I was about to say, man,
You
don't
make
get
great
surgery on
tacky.
your vertebrae for the sandbag. Just get like some tacky and just like, yeah,
That's how we stuck together.
yeah.
WD-40 and tackle.
That was all. And then Rob, of course, is working out with us today. Like he's got Silverback shorts, but I think are pretty cool.
Yeah.
So one of our pros is sponsored by Silverback.
Right, okay.
So they'll love that for sure. But Aaron, if you're watching, Silverback. Anyways. So how about you? How long have you been doing strongman?
Probably about 2.5 years
2.5
or
years?
so. And yeah, just obviously like local level stuff. Obviously, I'm a lighter weight guy. So yeah, just doing it
What
for
got
fun,
you into
really.
it?
That man.
That man right there. So all right, cool.
Yeah. I followed strongman like since I was a kid. I
Yep.
followed it a bit more in depth over the last sort of 2 or 3 years, pretty much since COVID, and just sort of binge watching like Loz's videos and other guys' videos, and I didn't realise that there was like local level stuff and lightweight stuff. I thought it was worlds, Arnold, and that's
Right,
done.
just
so I
the
was
big
like,
fat guys, right?
Yeah.
No, it's fair.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
That one.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. So yeah, just sort of realising that local gyms had stuff, had logs, had axles, had farmers, yokes, stuff that anyone can sort of try, gives you a bit more of a perspective of how good the top guys are, and that's really why I got into it. The gym I joined had a local level comp and sort of bullied me into competing, and
Yeah.
just fell in love. So
Yeah, I love that. Honestly, a lot of our weight class athletes love hearing what you're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of them just found out about it, and they say the same thing. It's like, oh, we didn't know this was for 175s or 200s, like
Yeah.
American language again for pounds and stuff like that. But dude, that's awesome, man. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right, these guys are hungry. They want to go eat. So, yeah. No, I'm dying. I'm about to fly away here in a second. So.
400-pound man.
Hey, that's 180 kilos. What have you done?
Yeah.
All right, thanks for doing this, guys. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no,
So,
cool.
all right, let's go
Cheers.
eat.
Cheers, mate.
No, thank you. All right,